So in my last Minecraft episode, I made a giant skull, and it basically was designed to be a saber-toothed tiger skull, and it turned out really, really awesome. And I said at the time that I probably wanted to make a tutorial showing you how I went about making it, and the design process, and exactly block for block how you can build one too. So I'm going to do that real quick, but before I do, I kind of want to show you some other things that are in my building world. This is just sort of I'm just started this off. It's a testing world for creating all sorts of crazy new builds. Now obviously we have just the plain old vanilla fossils right here. It's made of bone blocks. It's got some nice clean square edges. It's very Minecraft, very blocky. So my first thought was, I'm going to be building something for Halloween, and you can see it in the background, but what if I stepped this concept up a notch? And you can kind of see the results of that over here. We have a piece of cliff wall, and you can see there are different strata in it. You've got gravel, you've got andesite, you have dead coral, actually, and then you have the fossil. And I think this is something that is an understated thing when it comes to building, especially something like a fossil. Sometimes you can leave the build deliberately unfinished, and what your imagination fills in is more exciting than what's actually there, or just as exciting, or adds to the excitement. I mean, look at this. There are no legs, there are no arms, there's no head on whatever this was, but you can tell, getting down at its level, that this was an absolutely massive creature, and there's still no lack of detail. As you can see, I've varied up my blocks here. Smooth quartz is probably my favorite choice when it comes to doing bones, but you can also use mushroom stem blocks, and those give it sort of a nice weathered appearance. The only reason I wouldn't use those or bone blocks when making a fossil is because it severely limits the amount of detail you can put into it. With smooth quartz, you can pretty much go nuts. Sky's the limit. So over here we have another couple of concepts for what I was trying to build, and this was going to be a dragon when I started it. I got about halfway through and realized that that's definitely a rat skull. So I've got a giant rat skull, and this one's pretty easy to build. Doesn't really need its own tutorial. This guy, on the other hand, I don't know why you'd want to build this. I mean, it's like a gorilla skull or something. It started off alright, and it quickly went downhill. So basically, the upshot of this, looking at this, it's really, really difficult to get curves, skull curves on a Minecraft build like this. And I don't think I'm saying anything that people don't already know. That's kind of an established thing. It's hard to make skulls in this game. So over here, we have a snake. A fossil snake, and I thought this one turned out really, really well. I mean, even outside of context, like, just adding these like little extra blocks of detail, and the fact that most of the skeleton's underground, you're just seeing the head. It doesn't even need to be a snake. This could be something else entirely. But because of the way I've bent it and splayed it out here with the sidewindery thing, yeah, it's definitely a snake. Definitely a snake. And that's one of the great things, is when a build can tell a story like that. So, with that in mind, let's go check out one that I've finished over here. Yeah. Yep. It's a giant skeleton hand reaching out and scorching the earth in its wake as it destroys this tiny town. And I have to tell you, I love the tiny town with the little doors and the pots and the whatnot. The mini trees, all of this. I think I know what my next building tutorial will be. Something having to do with this. But yeah, just having this story being told through the blocks standing still, it's a big deal. And using bones for that, it's just as important to have that moving story, even when your subject matter is undead. Another important issue is one of scale. Right here we have a little parrot skull that I started off with. I wanted to see if I could make like an eagle or something, and it wound up looking, fairly good. And then I decided I would try and scale it up because I didn't think this was quite doing it. But if you come over here scaled up and giving it the extra eye or whatever this is going on over here. Bigger in scale to get more detail does not necessarily make this sort of build better. And that's just a general building tip for you. With that out of the way, we can skip right ahead to the tutorial. And I've actually laid this all out layer by layer, but I'm going to build it for you anyway because honestly, like, that's much easier. So we're going to jump right on into it over here. First thing we're going to do is lay down a pair of quartz stairs, 1 block apart there. So you come to the back of the stairs, you take the 3 blocks of quartz across, simple. Then you take the quartz stairs, put 1 here, 1 here, and then come to the back, upside down across. Then you're going to come to the front and put 3 more in there. From this point, you're going to come out 1, 2 from that redstone placeholder block and go up 3. And same on this side, 1, 2, 3. And on this front side, you're going to place an upside down stair. On top of those stairs, you're going to place 2 more quartz blocks and 1 more smooth quartz stairs. Smooth quartz all the way through here, it just makes things much simpler and cleaner. The lines are cleaner. Like I said, I do like using this sort of smooth sandstone because it looks more like bone, but I don't know, sometimes the pattern just doesn't quite cut it for me, and I just wind up oftentimes having more quartz, strangely enough. Now that you can trade for it, that's the best. Okay, moving back into it. You're going to put a placeholder block on top of these stairs here, then come around to the back and put a line of upside down stairs right there. Then, oh, whoops. Then you're going to come around to the front, put 1 here, 1 here, and you should be good. Now coming up to the top of the teeth in front, you're going to want to put a placeholder block and then a smooth quartz slab right there. You come to the back of the jaw here and you place a block here, and then an upside down stair here and here, either side. And then you place just plain quartz blocks at the ends there. Moving forward towards the teeth, you put 1 quartz block and 3 smooth quartz slabs. And the same on this side. Coming from the back on the inside edge, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will give the impression of the teeth. Coming back to the front here, we're going to want to put a temporary quartz block, an upside down quartz stair here and here. Remove that block and replace it with a smooth quartz slab. Behind that slab, you're going to place a regular quartz block, and then a slab, and another slab. Then you're going to come to the front here where you have the nose holes. You can see them right there. And you're going to take some black concrete powder. Now you could use coal blocks. I prefer black concrete powder because you kind of get that speckled, starry look to it. Then on both sides you're going to take 2 stairs and wrap them around like this. Then you're going to come back here and place an upside down stair like so. Come to the top and place an upside down stair like so. From that point, you place quartz here, come to the back, and this is kind of interesting. You're going to put an upside down stair here, here, and then 1 in the middle. So you kind of get this slot right here. And once you're back here, you can make the decision if you want to come out the back with like the spine of the animal, or if you just kind of want to leave that there. Either way, you kind of get a little bit more definition to the skull by doing this. So I tend to do that just because it gives the details. And you get to the top layer, it's super easy. It's just going to be a 3x4 of quartz blocks. You're going to take a quartz stairs. You're going to place 1 here, 1 here, and then you're going to run it those 2 blocks. And then once you come to the front, you place 1 here, 1 facing into it that way, and 1 facing into it that way, and voila! You have made yourself a saber-toothed tiger skull in Minecraft. I think this is super cool. I'm really proud of this build. I didn't look this up. I didn't try to find anybody else's builds on it. And it looks super cool and spooky. So feel free to use this in your worlds or decorating around for a Halloween time, or maybe just a carcass of one of these giant guys laying out in the middle of the desert or something. Go ahead and use this. I think it's super cool, and I hope you do too. If you do think it's super cool, go ahead and leave me a like down below. Leave me a comment saying, hey, it's super cool. Or tell me what your favorite build is. What is your favorite fossil build? Do you have one? Have you made stuff like this before? Go ahead and try it. It's really cool. I definitely recommend smooth quartz or smooth sandstone for building it though. Anyhow, guys, yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!